Hello there, my beautiful and lovely gamers. My name is Jonal. Welcome to this week's ban. This is the week one of the new hero pool, hero ban system that they have introduced. So let's talk about who is the best heroes, who should you pick up and rank to rank up, get better at the game. As always, I hope you guys have a lovely morning, because I just woke up not too long ago. I have some stuff to get done today, so I just need to get this video out of the way. Now, I'm very sorry that this video actually is a bit late. Hero ban have been out for a couple of days. I've been busy scrimming and playing and being kind of in chaos about what we're supposed to play in competitive scrimmage now and how to do setups and so on. So I've been a little bit just like out of the blue for this season. I will make sure that the next hero ban wave will be far more prepared, so you guys have more time to pick up these good ass heroes. But with no further ado, of course, a like on the video helps against YouTube's fucking abusive algorithm. Actively slaying my channel as of late. Comment also helps against that. Subscribing really keeps the channel growing and so on, and keeps more content. As always, if you want to hire me as a private coach, it's $50 for a 2-hour session. Hit me up on the Discord server. But without further ado, let's talk about it. Today, week's ban is Orisa, Hanzo, Mei, Baptiste. And, well, what you will essentially see is that this week has introduced not just some counterplay in the way that, they removed Mei. Okay, no more walls. We can push far more aggressively straight in on them. No more hands. Okay, less icon control. No more Orisa. Okay, a little bit more activeness and dive. But the overall thing that has happened with these bans is a far more aggressive playstyle. It's so much more prominent now to be more aggressive instead of being a little bit more slower like it has been before, right, where you were kind of just looking for a wall, you were looking for a pick or something similar to kind of start off the engage on. Now it's far more effective to play aggressive. This is the tier list that I made for today's week. So essentially on the top here, you can see that Ana, McCree, Zarya are three of the best fucking carries in their positions right now. Just because, again, there's no walls, there's no Orisa shield, high gun control, while D.Va is still pretty good. You will have a far better advantage when you're playing aggressively with your Ryan if you're playing it with a Zarya, denying off angles, pushing with bubbles, having bubble advantage if they're playing with a D.Va, and so on. And again, also with the introduction of No Baptiste, even though he wasn't really picked that much, so why he is banned, I'm not sure. But the introduction of No Baptiste also just allow you to be more survivable for a long period of time. This is the hero list. You can see on the top, you can still see like majority of tanks. The introduction of dive will happen now. Ana is still one of the best carry heroes. Again, this is for solo queue carrying, not for competitive play. So Ana, McCree, and Zarya, Ryan, D.Va, Winston, and then you see in the B tier, a lot of the heroes are really viable. The only thing you can see down in the C tier, you start seeing stuff like Pharah, and Doomfist, and Junkrat, and Sombra, and Symmetra, and Soldier, and so on. A lot of these hitscan players, because they're getting outdone by a lot of other hero picks right now, and becomes more difficult. Doesn't mean they can't play them. I met some Doomfist player that has fucked my ass in Masters, and they just absolutely seem like they're smurfing on me. So, doesn't mean that they cannot be played, just they are less effective or have more difficulties playing. The same goes for Zenyatta and contenders right now. Most people are scrimming with Zenyatta in their team composition, just because he's so much good with dive, and you get so much more prevalent pressure if you're playing it with Zenyatta. And a lot of people actually play Zenyatta and Brig in that elo. So if this was ranked after competitiveness in the competitive pro scene, it would look a little bit different. Playing Torbjorn and playing Bastion, in my opinion, is just such a niche pick in a lot of these situations, because the aggressive nature of the game and the range DPS that's being played right now, Torbjorn is removed immediately, and Bastion comes are normally just rushed or destroyed, and very again, this is just such a niche team composition. Now let's go over what this meta has actually done and how stuff looks from now on. Orisa, Hanzo, Mei, Baptiste. More aggressiveness. Dive has been introduced due to the removal of Orisa, the fucking cow, right? Because if you, again, imagine this. You're playing some form of high ground. You're defending, of course. The enemy team picks dive. Now you're playing with a Reinhardt, thinking, oh shit, we're playing with a Ryan. They dive you. The Ryan drops a shield because he again wants to fucking kill the people that just dived and help with the damage. That's great. But again, now long-range DPSs such as snipers and also Anas from main can now nade your entire team because there's no shield blocking it, right? Swap that mentality out with an Orisa. You get dived or whatever. First of all, the Orisa is far better at just pulling the Winston, keeping pressure on him, forcing him to bubble early, or just keeping him low so it's difficult for him to engage. That's number one. And two, you get dived, the Orisa just clicks E on the ground, and now there's a new shield. Turns around and starts shooting the tanks, pulling them back, can even pull them mid-air to kind of fuck up their dive, and so on. So much better against that. Number two, imagine that you are playing Hammond, and you are slamming the enemy team. before, you would get stunned by the Kree, slept by the Ana, and then frozen by the Mei, and then you would die. That's a big feat. Now, however, you get stunned by the Kree, slept by the Ana, and then you just roll back out again. Bursting a full HP, like, especially if you hit, as long as you get your E, your personal shield around you as a Hammond, they probably won't be able to burst you. And while you will take a lot of damage, you won't die in the same way that you would do before. So the introduction of dive is so strong. The same goes, of course, with no immortality field, even though Bob wasn't played that much. And the fact that Hanzo is really good at pressuring dive teams because of one shot. And the fact that he's actually kind of slippery to get because of his leap and his wall climb and all his fucking bullshit. He's so slippery compared to a McCree or an Ashe or even a Widow. He's so much more slippery and has so much more activeness and effect against a dive team than what other DPS heroes have. So dive is really strong right now. If you want to play dive, want to play Genji, want to play Tracer, want to play Sombra, I don't know what you guys are playing in dive, want to play diving Torbjorn turret, be my guest, because it's pretty fucking strong now. Outside of that, when you look at the other more traditional team composition, Ryan Zarya is fucking busted right now. Look at this shit. You're playing D.Va, you get off-angled, you have to move. You stay in the main group, you're getting pushed by an aggressive team. The enemy Ryan won't get bubbles. What is he gonna do? If you try to swing, my Zarya will beam you, and I will bubble my Ryan. My Ryan could trade hammers blows with you, right? Dealing up to like over 200 damage easily in advantage. On top of that, you have a Zarya constantly beaming your shield, building high energy. She can off-angle. Your D.Va can't off-angle unless there's a high ground where the Zarya can't punish. So yes, some certain maps, D.Va is still good. That's why I put her in the A tier or something similar, right? That's why she's so high in the tier list, because D.Va is still really good with high gun control and so on. But a lot of the prevalence was because of Mei. You could eat Blizzard, you could counter-bomb Blizzard, so there was less value of it, and you could take high gun control and control it. So if your Ryan got walled, you would still have a tank in it. She could take different angles and therefore keep pressure from different ways, and that was the really good thing about D.Va. With the removal of the Mei, she's less prevalent than right now. And that's the thing with the D.Va ban. So Zarya is far more aggressive, you can push far more aggressively. On top of that, if you were playing D.Va, you could very easily rely on a wall from your team to slow down a potential push. So you keeping pressure over time was far more important than the constant kind of like burst of energy that you would get from picking a Zarya, bubbling and pushing aggressively. The value that you would get there isn't the same as what you get from the long, just choking out of the map that you would get with a D.Va pick. So, Ryan Zarya is really strong right now, playing more aggressively, there's less high gun control, there's less sustain, there's less slowing you down, and there's in general less also spam poke damage right now. So aggressive, quick picks are far more prevalent. We're talking dive, we're talking McCree, we're talking Zarya, we're talking all this kind of stuff is far stronger, far more prevalent right now than what it was before. So I want to see all you Reddit Lucio mains start speed boosting a team in with Ryan Zarya, get a Kree, get some form of other DPS. You guys can pick really what you want. If I know if I know my fan base correctly, that means Genji, right? And then I just want to see you guys just fucking destroy them. I want to see anti-nades. I want to see bubble on the Rhine and off-angling Zarya just choking out the entire fucking map. I want to see Kreese going up and just flashing the enemy Rhine because he doesn't have fucking bubble, right? You anti the enemy team, super good. They anti your Rhine, you just bubble him and it's cleansed, right? I want to see that stuff right now. And I want to see that from you guys to rank up, improve, and get better at the game. I hope you like this week's stuff. Feedback, comments, and so on. If you guys want to see more like this, liking the video, commenting that you liked it and so on. It really does help me out gauge where you guys are. The algorithms are fucking right now. I struggle making thumbnails for this kind of videos, so all kinds of support, help, and tips are actually really appreciated. But please take care, stay positive, have a lovely weekend. My name is Jonal, and you guys keep getting me in your crosshairs.